Captain Kirk, 1986 here, bringing you my updated X-Saber deck. This is pretty much what I've decided I'm going to run at the next regional. Maybe make a tweak or two if I get a second pot of duality, but other than that, this is what it's going to be for the lineup monsters. I'm main decking 2 Cyber Dragons. I have found that with Bottomless Trap Hole not being played very frequently anymore, it's very easy to get Cyber Dragon on the field and get pluses out of it. So I just really like the Cyber Dragon main deck right now, and it's a big beater. 1 Effect Veiler. I was playing 2, but then I wanted to go to the Cyber Dragon route, so I took out 1. So still main decking 1 though. Because I'm doing the 2 Cyber Dragons, I'm doing 2 X-Saber Airbellum. So hopefully I can go Cyber Dragon Airbellum, attack, hit their hand with Airbellum, and then sync for like Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Colossal Fighter, that kind of thing. Give me a few more plays and get advantage that way. 2 Bogart Knight. If you open up with him, Cyber Dragon, and a Tuner, and then a Fall Troll, it's pretty much good game because you can do ridiculous things. And they're most likely going to waste any of their outs on the special summon Cyber Dragon. So the search, one of the 2 searchers of the deck, the 3 X-Saber Dark Souls, by far the best card of the deck, grabs you any X-Saber card. No more need be said about that. And the other searcher of the deck, 3 Emmer's Blade. This one has to be destroyed by battle, which isn't hard to do, but still it searches out any 4-star X-Saber and puts it on the field. So 2 ridiculous search cards which make this deck broken. The Boss Monster, 2 Fall Troll. I don't really like 3 right now because it can clog your hand, so I'm going down to 2. 2 Full Helm Knight. Because I'm doing 2 Airbellum, I don't think it's necessary to do 3 Full Helm, so 2 seems perfect to me. And 2 Pashal, so I can make that Naturia Beast, which basically ruins scrap decks and the hero beat deck, that kind of thing. That's the monster lineup. The spells: 1 Book of Moon, pretty much staple. Dark Hole, staple. Giant Trunade, staple. Mind Control. I do run 7 tuners of my 19 cards, so I think Mind Control is pretty open anytime I get it. So Monster Reborn, staple. Double MST. A staple for X-Sabers just because Necro Valley really hurts and there's a lot of Necro Valleys running around. Also works really good against Dragoonity right now because you make them pay the cost for their Ravine and then you MST it so they don't get the effect. 1 Pot of Duality. I would play a second if I had one. So if anyone has one, wants to trade it to me, let me know. 1 Scapegoat. I found that the deck lacks defense in response to like the Giant Trunade from like Fish OTK, etc. And if you don't have that Veiler in hand, Scapegoat can be basically a saving grace to you. So it puts 4 guys on the field that they got to get through. That's the spell lineup. Traps. Call of the Haunted. A lot of X-Saber players are going to this over a God of Emergency because it can grab any monster, not just X-Sabers, and there's no cost on the field, so it's becoming more of a staple for X-Sabers. I do still play 1 God's Emergency Call because it's just broken if you happen to have like a Dark Soul on the field, a Dark Soul in the graveyard, and say a Full Helm, a Pashal, or Airbellum. You go, okay, Gotham's. Grab the Dark Soul and the Tuner, synchro to an 8 or 9 star. Get 2 searches. Ridiculous. Mirror Force, basically a staple still. A lot of people won't attack into it or they have the 7 tools, etc., but it still requires resources. You can get pluses out of it. 1 Reinforced Truth. Again, this stops a lot of the OTKs because they go Giant Trunade, you play Reinforced Truth, put Partial in defense mode. I have yet to draw both partials with Reinforced Truth or both partials, then Reinforced Truth, etc., so it's never been a dead card for me yet. 2 7 tools of the Bandit. I think 2 is perfect. I wouldn't go to 3. I don't think I'd go back to 1 either. Just a really useful card right now. Solemn Judgment, it does what it does. And Solemn Warning, the best special summon negating card, I guess, period, right now. Torrential Tribute, does what it does. And Double Trap Stun. I would probably take out a Trap Stun for the Pot of Duality once I get it. Just isn't as good as what people thought because of the 7 tools being more effective, being a counter trap. But it's still a good card, so I'd always keep 1 in the main deck. The extra deck, 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. I'm maining 2 Cyber Dragons, so got to put that right away in the extra deck. Catadister, Black Rose Dragon, Bryonic, Colossal Fighter, Gaia Knight. People are playing this again because it gets over Stardust Dragon. Otherwise, X-Sabers don't have a Synchro Monster in the 6-star range big enough to get over Stardust, seeing as Goyo has been gone now for a while. Mistworm, Barkion, Beast, Scrap Dragon, Stardust Dragon, 1 Gothams. I did think about taking out the Mistworm for a second Gothams, but I decided against it. There's only a few instances where I wish I would have had 2 Gothams versus a Gothams and a Mistworm, but yeah, so I'm sticking with 1 Gothams for now. 2 Hunley, it's just ridiculous for X-Sabers, and everyone plays 2. And then 1 Urbellum, obviously that'll get placed with the 2500 7-star when we get it. And to the side deck, 2 Banisher of the Radiance. It wrecks Fish OTK. They really have no outs to it. It's a little bit better than DD Crow because they're just going to do 3 Treeborn Frogs, etc. So I like Banisher. I still do 1 DD Crow because you can hit Fishborg Blaster. They discard a card to try to special summon Fishborg, removes it, so now they got to discard another card to do it. The second Effect Veiler is still in the side deck. Again, put it in against Fish OTK. Fossil Dyna, I do 2. I know Billy Brake did 1 when he topped, but I like 2 just because of the uses it has. It's just too ridiculous right now. 2 Kinetic Soldier, it pretty much says good game to 6 Samurais. They don't have many outs to it, and it's bigger than everything they can make. 1 Max C, it can get you into cards if you're playing against, let's say, 6 Samurai, Chaos Plants, Fish OTK. It can get you into the cards to stop them. Not necessarily in time, but sometimes it will let you at least draw through. 1 Nobleman, a Crossout for Gravekeepers, Plants. 2 Chain Disappearance, works great against... it's good against 6 Sam because you can hit Kageki or Kagemushe. It can be used against X-Sabers because it hits Dark Soul. It can hit Partial too. It's great against the Fish OTK, pretty much hits anything they have. Swap Frogs, blah, Treeborns, Fishborgs, all that fun stuff. But yeah, so there's a lot of things in here for Frog hate, but they're useful against other things. This is 1 Gozen match. I just don't have it with me currently, but it's ridiculous for the 6 Sam matchup because unless they go pretty much, they have to have the Kaizen, like summon Kagemushe, summon Kaizen to be able to do anything, but then they can't go to Shein if they wanted to, even if they had another Earth type. So if they had like Kagemushe, and let's say Spirit, they'd have to go to like Beast versus going to Shein because Shein's a Dark. So Gozen match is ridiculous against that matchup. And then 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors because it destroys Gravekeepers. They pretty much have no chance if Shadow Imprisoning Mirror sits on the field. If you guys have any questions, comments, suggestions, rates, fixes, please let me know. If you have a pot of duality, let me know. I'll put a link to my Pojo trade thread below. So let me know if we can work anything out for a pot, and thanks for watching.